There's always at least one thing that goes wrong on a trip, and that came quickly on day 2. I set my alarm for 6:30 a.m. for my 8 a.m. Golden Circle tour, and somehow my iPhone decided this was the day it was not going to do its job. Thankfully, I was able to pivot to the South Coast tour and still salvage the day. Our first stop was Seljaland Foss, and my mood immediately shifted. There aren't many waterfalls in the world that you can walk behind. This is one of them. Since it was our first stop, I didn't want to get completely drenched, so I got close but did not go all the way behind it. Our next stop was Skogafoss, a waterfall of even greater magnitude. There are 370 steps to the top, but you can see the full scale of the waterfall from the base, which is exactly what I did. We stopped in the small town of Vik for lunch before making our way to the famous black sand beach. The tides were coming in so strong we couldn't walk along the beach and had to stay safe on the rocks. And now, just 2 weeks later, the news has broke that the beach has basically disappeared, which is really unfortunate. I would have loved to see the basalt columns along the shore. Our last stop was a glacier, and it was at this moment that I really felt the limitations of doing group tours. I didn't have enough time to walk closer to the glacier and still make it back to the bus on time. I would absolutely come back to Iceland just to do a proper glacier tour and walk on it. Back in Reykjavik, I started to get excited for my Northern Lights tour since the forecast looked good and they didn't cancel the tour again. We ended up driving about 45 minutes outside of the city and waited and waited. Our guide served homemade hot chocolate and pastries from one of the best local bakeries, and we waited and waited some more. Just after midnight, right when our guide was about to take us back to the city, the aurora started showing up just faintly. He rushed to take all of our photos, and gradually the views of the aurora became stronger and stronger. To me, it was still quite hard to see to the naked eye, and it definitely shows up better in photos, but it was still a magical experience for the 15 minutes it lasted.